lots of clouds again today. Won't be surprised if it starts pouring rain. And what's going on today? I guess usually with cloudy weather, there's not many people on the beaches and all that. And how about this one, where it just seems like a lot of places now, they're kind of advocating for drone wandering, I guess you could say, on beaches. This one says, Atlantic City turning to drones to protect beachgoers. As it says here, the resort is preparing to roll out an expanded drone program it says will help first responders better monitor the beaches and ocean to keep visitors safer next year. Beginning in the spring, beachgoers may see drones flying above them more frequently as the Beach Patrol performs more flights to assess safety. Fire Chief Scott Evans said, "Are people going to be okay with that? There's a lot of people paranoid where there's a drone flying, oh, it's capturing them and the beach and all that with so little clothing." It says the city currently has 9 drones, which are shared among several departments, including the Beach Patrol and Public Works. Firefighters and police also have access to the devices, which range between $3,000 and $30,000. The pricier drones are fitted with stronger cameras and technology and are better able to fly windy conditions. Evans said they're not using small drones too by the looks of it, but again, it makes you wonder, are people okay with this? But of course to them it's all about safety. It says it offers people in public safety much more of a perspective of what's going on in a particular location at that time. NARTP President and CEO Howard Kyle said, "It also brings in other features such as the ability to zoom in on certain areas or specialize on certain features." It's just kind of interesting how usually when it's officials, when they say stuff like this, it's for good, being able to zoom in areas. But I guess if an ordinary person was using it, they'd say, oh, you're going to use it to zoom in to spy on people and all that, see them naked. Either way, I guess this is going to be in place in that area and is not going to be stopped because I guess it's okay for officials to use it, right? Although with smaller drones, I guess they're being used more in war purposes, huh? It's kind of interesting how this one says, how Hamas used small commercial drones in its attack. The use of the commercially available drones is concerning on a number of levels, but Hamas was not the first to do so. There's been a lot of, I guess, news about that between, let's just say, Ukraine and Russia as an example. It says, Hamas used small drones converted to carry munitions in its attack on Israel on October 7th, a new video published by the terrorist group claims. It shows Hamas members using them to attack IDF observation posts, including one equipped with a remote machine gun. How's that? You saw the other one the other day with like a handgun of sort, and these guys are using machine guns. It says this indicates that Hamas has invested heavily in technology to fight Israel. What is known now is the full extent of this plan, including how Hamas used maps and tried to invest in air defenses. The use of commercially available drones is concerning on a number of levels, but Hamas was not the first to do so. ISIS had also converted drones, some of that can be bought at stores, and turned into deadly instruments of war. During the Battle of Mosul, ISIS used many of these small quadcopter drones. The US Central Command has warned for years about how drones purchased over the shelf at commercial stores can be converted to be used in attacks. So what's the point of this? Is it to imply that they should start restricting the sales of, let's just say, commercial drones in stores? Because with that thought anyways, of people being able to weaponize something, you can do that for everything, right? And as well, they talk about how places like Iran has heavily invested in kamikaze drones, which you've heard a lot in the news as well. But again, what does this ultimately mean? Are you supposed to ban them, like, from being sold in general? And there's a lot of news still about the war, of course, between Palestine and Israel. Now, one of the things I've been reading was how Israel was warning people in that area of Gaza to get out because I guess they're going to conduct military operations like bombing, for example, and people apparently were getting out, but those innocent people were getting killed too. It's kind of interesting because each side is blaming each other, where the IDF is saying it's not them, for example, and it seems like the IDF actually made like a video and stuff trying to explain it from their point of view. So it's kind of interesting in that regards, because I could see, depending on what side you're on, you'd be calling each other a liar, correct?
Some guy is filming and then all of a sudden a big explosion. I'm no forensic expert. I wouldn't be able to say if this is a roadside IED or if this is a strike from above. But what I am able to say with confidence, because we have asked, is that the IDF did not purposely strike in that area. There was no targeting of vehicles, there was no targeting of civilians, specifically because we want we don't target civilians anyhow, but specifically because we wanted people to go south. So it makes no sense for the IDF to have done it. Who would want to stop those same civilians? The same organization that did the roadblocks, Hamas. Now, again, this isn't conclusive. What is conclusive is that we for sure didn't strike on purpose. It may have been some kind of a freak accident.
But what would you think overall? Either way, it doesn't seem like this thing is going to end anytime soon. And indeed, it started to rain. I should have flew earlier, unfortunately. Oh, I guess it's the archive for today, huh? What the tests? I actually might finally get that piece of hardware I wanted. So much company delays. Alright, see you guys later.